Unfiltered with Matt Cooper. Today FM. It all happens here.
Well, in the budget the other day, more money was given to the greyhound industry. Its funding from the government increased to €18.2 million. Now, a 3% increase, or €600,000, may be behind the rate of inflation, but it's a controversial donation by the state in the first place, given the very serious issues about animal welfare, which have been highlighted in recent years when it comes to greyhounds. And there's been an intervention now by Dogs Trust Ireland. We're joined by its head of communications, Ciara Murran. And Ciara, I believe for the first time you're looking for greyhound racing to be completely stopped. Why so?
Hi, Matt. Yeah, this is something that we are calling for, a phased end to greyhound racing. We've always had welfare concerns about the greyhound racing industry in Ireland, and we've worked closely with the industry for many years to try and improve welfare conditions for the dogs. But unfortunately, we feel that progress hasn't been made quickly enough or on a big enough scale, and we believe there are still significant welfare issues for racing greyhounds which haven't been resolved and which we don't believe can be resolved in a sufficient amount of time.
Why won't they be resolved? Why can't they be?
Well, I mean, first of all, even if welfare was perfect off the track, greyhounds running at speed around oval tracks is dangerous. It causes significant injuries to many dogs, in some cases death. We feel it's simply not acceptable that 869 greyhounds have died on tracks in Ireland over the last 6 years, with over 2,300 more injured, all in the name of entertainment.
Sorry, how many dogs died? That number seems extraordinarily high. Give it to me again.
Yeah, 869 greyhounds have died in the last 6 years, and over 2,300 more have been injured.
Wow, that is an extraordinarily high number. And what does the industry say as a response to that?
Well, I mean, if you're even looking at last year, Greyhound Racing Ireland's own figures show that the number of greyhounds dying at tracks rose by 29% in 2021, and that was their highest level to date. So, it is a big concern for us, that alone, that there are that many greyhounds being injured and tragically dying.
And I can only imagine it must be painful as well in many circumstances in which they get injured if it leads to their death. And then tell us about the off-track concerns that you have.
Yeah, well, in addition to on track, one of the concerns we have is the new traceability system. And at the moment, it doesn't account for greyhounds before and after their racing careers, and it is falling outside the remit of the GRI, so there wouldn't be the appetite there to change that. And that's a big concern for us because it means that there's many unaccounted for greyhounds.
Are there still greyhounds been exported out of the country to meet whatever knows what fate it might be?
We believe there is, but a part of the issue is that we don't have transparency around these figures. So, the traceability system, which was brought in to improve welfare, doesn't account for obviously the greyhounds outside of their careers or exports or anything like that. So, this is a big issue for us.
And how well have the industry done in rehoming or rehousing of greyhounds after they've stopped racing or when they're not actually at stud?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, we're going by recent reports, and they were meant to have opened care homes. They were meant to have 4 in place by March 2022, but apparently now they've only opened 1 since their promise to do that. Another concern for us is that it was recently reported that they've stopped funding to one of its key programs in America due to the process being unsustainable within its budget. So things like that do raise flags for us, and these are all things that we have to take into consideration, and things that we are definitely concerned about.
So an €18 million donation by the government to the industry, but you want this entire industry wound down. Over what period of time do you think should dog racing be stopped?
Well, we think that this could be feasible within a 5-year period.
What sort of response are you getting to saying this?
Well, I mean, there isn't a response really. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, obviously
they haven't come back and complained to you about making this call, have they?
No, we've obviously let them know before we made the announcement, but they're obviously they're not going to be happy about what we're asking, but it's something that we feel is really important for us because.
And what do you say about the people who say that this is their livelihood and they say that they actually care very well for their dogs and that in the sad event of a dog dying, they're as upset as anyone else would be? What do you say to those people?
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, we're we're evidence-based, and we have to look at the overall bigger picture of the dog welfare within the industry, and really that's what's a concern to us. We're here to speak up be the voice for dogs, and we have to, do the very best we can in the interest of their welfare.
Ciara Murran, Head of Communications at Dogs Trust Ireland, thank you very much for being with us. What do you think? 0874 100 102 gives you the last word. We'll be back after this.